I wish someone would tap me on the shoulder and wake me and say, this is a bad dream, wake up. But now for sure, it's not going to happen. It is so odd that just a few hours ago I was using this sefer to be able to say Tehillim, Vidui, and Shema as you took your last breath of life. I want to share with the people here who Malka Yaakova Bas Moshe is, so that you get some idea of why in particular I chose Eishes Chayim, because there are other kapitlos of Tehillim that one could say as well. Let me share some illustrations with you. The Sternberg brings down in Tam V'das that the Chazon Ish was once approached by a young man who told him that he was read a shidduch by a girl who, the shadchan said, was willing to be moser nefesh to marry a ben tov. She'd be moser nefesh, and he wanted to know, even though he wasn't holding by shidduchim, but maybe this would be a proper shidduch for him. Because here you have a girl who's willing to be moser nefesh to be married to a ben tov. The Chazon Ish said, don't go out. Because if that is her attitude, the Mesiras Nefesh, it's not going to work. On the contrary, she should feel it's a privilege to be married to a Ben Tov. And that's the approach, not Mesiras Nefesh. In our home, I never heard my wife speak in terms of Mesiras Nefesh for anything. And this is 41 years of being a wife of a day school principal. 41 years of being involved in crowd work. We never spoke of Mesiras Nefesh. She spoke only of the privilege of being able to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu in every way. And I am not bedazzled in any way whatsoever. We were separated from our children except for visits here to Eretz Yisrael for almost 20 years. And when people ask questions, why don't you join the children per se such and be there with them? The consensus between us always was that HaKadosh Baruch Hu would never have a taina on us for not playing with our grandchildren when there were so many of his children who we could be able to work with, to be able to bring closer to him. Malka was consistently involved in learning and teaching and reaching out to touching people and change their lives and bring them closer to a HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tash v'Shabbos Taras v'Mishpacha Piha Pascha v'Chachma v'Seiris Chesed al V'Shona was over this period of time when her illness became known. So we started to get letters. They started to trickle, and then a torrent of letters of people who, I guess you know, when they see that something is about maybe to happen, they want to be able, as is normal, to be able to share thoughts that they probably never did before. And all of them who speak in a consistent fashion of thank you so much for being able to do whatever it was that changed me, brought me closer, often made me have a happier marriage as well. For the past 9 years, Malka has been involved with the mikveh in Atlanta, Georgia. The mikveh has graduated from the pioneering time of Rabbi and Rebbetzin Menachem Feldman, when there were two people who used the mikveh in his day, and then of course started to build up. Now between 250 and 300 women a month, B'nai and Hara, Kain Yirbu, use the mikveh. And Malka would be involved with all of them. Many a time, she'd come back 11:30, 12 o'clock from the mikveh and have to go back at 2 o'clock because someone was flying into Hartsfield Airport, which is our airport, and asked, please don't close the mikveh on me because it's after hours. And when she did it with a smile to be able. It was never a question of why. On the contrary, what an opportunity to be able to again do the Avodas Hashem in the very best possible way. Lately, in the last couple of years, she became involved with Ornstein Mikveh. And you would say, it's an interesting thing that Ornstein Mikveh, which is off of Kicker Shabbos, has become a household word in Atlanta and in other communities that she has sent letters to and has made calls to be able to raise money for the refurbishment of that very, very special mikveh. That was a major focus of her life as such. The Chesed organization, Yad was one that she was the president of. Yad has grown as the economic conditions have forced more and more people to need its help. And this is for people who have great difficulty making ends meet. And she was involved with them, food distributions, voucher distributions as such. I remember vividly a year ago, it was a Thursday night. My wife had had an endoscopy examination to find out what it was that was causing her pain in her stomach. Was it an ulcer? What was it as such? And it was 6:30 on that Thursday night, raining, and she receives a call that we listened to together on the speaker phone. And the doctor says, Mrs. Rosenbaum, I am, he pauses, the test results indicate that there is pancreatic cancer that you have. I'd like you to come in tomorrow, Friday morning, the best possible time, but let's talk about the protocols and what we're going to do. Malka looked at me, we looked at each other after putting the phone down, and she said, 7 o'clock, there is a food delivery. She left to go to the food delivery, and then we came back and then had an opportunity to speak. This is the type of commitment for Torah and mitzvahs that Eishes Chayil, that we started with, indeed had, and without a doubt continues to have in the Familia Shomali. Emunas Chachamim was like granite. We had a shot of that. What do? Do we share the information with other people, or do we keep it to ourselves? You can look, there are people who make one decision, others, and all with an acceptable approach. Who are we going to talk to? We contacted Rav Shmuel Kamenetsky, who is I would say, is our posek achron, and he guided us in what we should do. Later on, in conjunction with that, Rabbi Ilan Feldman, the Rav of our community, worked with us in many things, including a community meeting that he and his Rebbetzin called for us to galvanize the people when we did tell people what was